A strange humanoid with fins, a beautiful yet eerie horror mermaid, a massive, silent palace at the bottom of the deep sea. What exactly happened on this isolated island? A yacht ran aground in a storm, carrying 4 people. A woman was crushed and injured by a heavy object. Paul fired a flare toward a nearby island, but there was no response. Consequently, Paul and his girlfriend Barbara set out for the island on a lifeboat, while the woman's husband stayed behind, unaware that the blood had attracted mysterious creatures from the depths. When Paul and Barbara reached the island, every house had its doors tightly shut, and an ominous atmosphere hung in the air. Suddenly, a voice singing drifted through the air. Following the sound, they arrived at a church, but the symbol on the building unnerved Paul. He often dreamed of this symbol and a beautiful woman. The church was pitch black. Observing the surroundings, it seemed the islanders' beliefs were strange. They found a priest and explained their situation. The priest eagerly offered help, then went to socialize with fishermen returning from the sea, instructing Paul to follow them to rescue his friend, while Barbara stayed behind to call for help. After seeing Paul off, Barbara tried to call for help on her phone, but due to the weather, there was no signal. The priest directed her to the island's inn, where a landline could reach the outside world. Along the way, Barbara noticed that the priest's fingers resembled those of an amphibian, sending a shiver down her spine. On her way to the inn, she noticed how strange the islanders were. Panicked, Barbara rushed into the inn and hurriedly asked the owner to borrow a phone, but the owner, expressionless, along with the suddenly appearing priest, kidnapped her. Meanwhile, Paul reached the wreck site, finding only a blood-stained towel in the cabin. His friend was nowhere to be found. Returning empty-handed, he was met at the island entrance by the priest, who lied that Barbara had gone for help and told Paul to wait at the inn. Trusting him, Paul booked a room. When the owner turned to fetch the key, Paul noticed bruises on the man's neck. Confused and anxious, Paul hurried upstairs to find his room, but the room's condition left him speechless. The bedside lamp was broken, the bathroom filthy, and the bedding moldy. Hoping to rest, he had no choice but to make do for the night. As he sat on the sofa trying to collect his thoughts, a figure passed by and walked toward the window. Paul assumed it was his girlfriend, but when the figure turned around, he realized he was utterly mistaken.